Hello and Assalamu alaikum. In this video, I am representing my team to present and share our study on a topic entitled Adaptations of Systematic Approach in Adi Model to Develop Web-Based Applications for Tabung Khairat Kematian Management. We are a group of 6 members, including myself, Abdul Hadi bin Abdul Talib.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل انظروا ماذا في السماوات والأرض وما تغني الآيات والنذر عن قوم لا يؤمنون صدق الله العظيم.
Surah Yunus. Say, O Prophet, observe what is in the heavens and earth, but of no avail will be signs or warnings to a people who do not believe. In this verse of Al-Quran, Islam promotes the explorations and investigations of new findings in various technological fields and emphasizes the advancements of technology to uncover the unparalleled greatness and magnificence of Allah. The idea of this study was basically based on a real case study from one of the local charitable organizations. So charitable organizations such as mosques and community centers play a significant role in facilitating mutual benevolence within their communities. So one such example is in terms of the management of Tabung Khairat Kematian, which is a fund dedicated to assisting bereaved families during times of loss. However, most of the managerial tasks, specifically the management of the TKK or Tabung Khairat Kematian, has relied on manual processes, which include the process of registrations, payment collections process, and also record keeping. On the other hand, even though these methods have served their purpose, however, they are often inefficient, very time-consuming, and also prone to errors. In recent years, the proliferations of digital technologies has revolutionized various aspects of society, which include the way charitable organizations operate and engage with their communities. One of the technologies that has been widely used is the web-based application. The web-based platform has offered new opportunities for enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness of charitable endeavors. So our study is basically aims to improve the manual membership registration process and generate the status of funeral donations by transitioning to an online platform. On top of that, we also aims to enhance accessibility for community members and improve overall efficiency in charitable operations. Alright, now let's have a look at the literature reviews. What is actually Tabung Khairat Kematian? Rofaisal et al. Defined Tabung Khairat Kematian as an assistance given to the next of kin of deceased members, particularly to complete the process of handling the funeral of a deceased Muslim. On the other hand, Said Najihuddin Said Hassan has further supported that a web-based application is the best way to share information in the modern ICT era. This can help the community manage funds collected from the nation and zakat. And then one of the famous or one of the model that has been widely used by the developer in order to develop a website is the Adi model. So Al-Melhi said that the Adi model encompassing analysis, design, development, implementations, and evaluations provides a systematic approach to instructional design. Okay, now what is the specific methodology that have been adopted in this research? So a web-based tabung hairat kematian management application was developed specifically for Masjid Nurul Khair, Kampung Semariang Batu, Kuching, Sarawak. So the RD model has been adopted in the development of this website. So again, RD model consists of 5 important stages, which include analysis, design, development, implementations, and evaluation. Okay, now let me briefly describe about how we leverage and use each stage in the RD model. So in the first stage, which is analysis, we have started a discussion with the most management to get an overview of the issues related to the implementations of the TKK. And then after the discussion, we discovered a few issues where most of the managerial tasks were done in manual methods, which include the registration process, the payment process, and also the community communication. So the second stage is about designing process. So during the designing process, we try to design the navigation flow and user interface of the website. So during the designing process, we try to make it accessible and easy to use for people with different skill levels. And then we try to make sure that the features and functions are tailored to user needs and also feedback. After completed with the designing process, then we proceed with the development stage, where here the applications was developed on Windows operated hardware, leveraging 4 important Google services, which include Google Form, which is used to collect data, and then we use the Google Sheet to store and manage collected registrations data, and then we use the Google Studio to create interactive dashboard to display the TKK data interactively, and then we use the Google site to display the TKK website and then open it to public. So here are some of the screenshots of the user interface of the TKK website. Okay, now once the system or the web-based applications has been developed, then we move to the implementation stage, where in this implementation stage, we will introduce the target users to the developed web-based applications TKK management, where we have conducted a few face-to-face training sessions to ensure that the users were familiar with the application's functionalities. Right? And then the most committees were provided with access to the web-based application link to enable them to test its usability and assess its suitability for their needs. And then at the end of this implementation process, the user feedbacks were gathered during this testing phase to identify any potential issues and refine the applications so that we can optimize the web-based performance and user experience. So here comes the last stage in the RD model, which is evaluation stage. So evaluation stage is used to ensure that the web-based application design achieve the desired goal. So during the evaluation process, we interviews the most committee members to gather their feedback on using the TKK management web applications. So their feedback are very important because we use that for future improvement and also future development. All right, now let's discuss on the findings and discussions of this study. So these sections will basically discuss on the adaptations of a systematic approach in the RD model to develop a web-based applications to be specific for the TKK management. So every stage of the RD model was documented in a tabular form to ensure that all tasks were completed meticulously and in a systematic way. So during each phase in the RD model, so certain essential elements of the table were indicated. So this is the table or the template. So here we have 2 elements. So we have objective, and then we have task, and then we have a few attributes to monitor each element. So we have the progress, complete, incomplete, and then we have the person in charge, and then we have estimated start and also completion date. Okay, now let's see how we use and applied the template in each of the stage that we have in the RT model. Phase 1, analysis. So you can see here in this table, we have list of objective like identify current issues, identify the user's needs, identify the user's skills, identify suitable platform. And then we also have listed out some of the tasks that will involve, for example, like identify user's objective, assess user's characteristic, and so on and so forth. And then you can see over here, we have progress status, we have detail of the person in charge, and then we have estimated start date and also end date. As for the second phase, which is designing phase, you can see from the template, the objective and the task for this phase are focusing on the navigation flow, user interface, database design, and also online application form. Then for the development phase, the objective and the tasks are basically focusing on setting up the four-man Google services, which include the Google Form, Google Sheets, Google Studio, and also Google Sites. On the other hand, during the phase number 4, which is the implementation stage, the objective and the task for this phase were focusing on the face-to-face training session, which is used to ensure the users are familiar with the application's functionalities. So last but not least, in stage number 5, which is evaluations process, the objective and the task for this phase were focusing on determining the efficiency, effectiveness, value, and worth of the web-based application. So here comes the very last part of the presentation, which is the conclusion. The web-based application was successfully developed using a systematic approach that followed the RD model phases, which include analysis, design, development, implementations, and evaluation. Furthermore, a documented, systematic approach, which being developed in a tabular format, was adopted in each phase of the RD model, which could serve as a guideline for the future web-based applications development. Then the web-based application has successfully served the MOS committee in improving mutual benevolence management, which include the membership registrations, verifications, payment processing, and also reporting. So last but not least, so this web-based application is expected to provide a platform for the MOS committee to manage the TKK or Tabung Khairat Kematian in a systematic manner, as well as assist local populations in their proximity and efficiently registering for the TKK. We have come to the end of the presentations. So thank you very much for watching. Assalamu alaikum.